Shaw here on the 19th of April, excuse me, 2023. We're having a hot day, very hot day. Now I did a thing on my tricycle on Algor Beach just to keep the channel going, and I'm sorry it's so dark, but what happened, I came out while we still had some sunlight left and it was bright enough, and I went ahead and vlogged it, and then by the time I got it loaded to my phone, it had been corrupted. I had changed the memory card, took a corrupted one out, put another one in, it worked, and then I said, oh, I still got this other one. And here it was one I put away because it was bad, so I got to take them out of the camera bag. And it just came out all, you know, the sound was all missing and hitting, it was stopping, and it had like that digital scramble. So I came out again to do the vlog, but by then it started getting dark. I should have put my little light bar on. Sorry about that, guys, but check that one out. I was talking about the valves on the thing. Whenever I start running it hard, when it gets hot, only when it gets hot, it would start. Valves would not. And I was thinking, okay, that's probably the oil. So I switched it over to 2050 AMS oil. I was using the 1040 AMS oil, now I'm with the 2050. Man, did that fix it. It just fixed it. The kids and I took a big run in it late yesterday, and we went all the way up into town, and I was running pretty good. You know, it's always that time of night, it's not too bad on the traffic. And the case on my left foot, when that starts really heating up, that's when you know she's hot, and I can start hearing the valve. And I was backed off right away because that's a death rattle, guys. So I went ahead and got it on that road and really gave her everything. And didn't matter, even if I kicked it up a little bit higher a gear and gave it a handful, not a whisper from them valves. So it was just the oil. I'll just have to keep an eye on that. And I'm an AMS oil user. I used to use some Mobil 1, but I got stuck with the AMS oil when I had my Harleys, and I've just been using that. And you can get it here. You can get Mobil 1 here too, but you know, the AMS oil, if you start looking at the specs and testing companies, that it's a far superior oil. It seems like Mobil 1, they just sort of stopped developing. So that's the way it goes. But I haven't been keeping up too much on the news, but I was watching that a little bit, and they had that Trump Jr. guy. He got up there, and he's like, oh, you know, you ought to, you know, if Anheuser-Busch learned their lesson. He must have had stock in there they didn't get out in time. They learned their lesson. You probably should start buying their beer again. Well, you know something there, buddy? People are voting with their wallet. You know, we can't vote for a certain guy to get in or anything, because that's all corrupted. That's just, you know, and if you don't know that by now, then you're corrupted. You know, that's just the way it goes. And they're voting with their wallet. I personally think when they took down Aunt Jemima and the Land O'Lakes thing, they should have done the same thing to those people. They caved. They're showing that they're just a bunch of weak-kneed punks. And this Don Jr. guy, you know, I'm serious, guys. I always thought he was a little bit light in the loafers anyway. You know, I never thought much of him. He's hanging off of Daddy's coattails. You know, they say he's a smart guy, this, that, and the other. I don't know. They've never proved that to me. But we'll see what's going to go on. I see a lot of this, you know, some of the stuff on the news with all these Satanists and stuff. I just seen California. They're going to pass a thing where when a kid hits a certain age, if their parents don't go for the LGBTQ, and they say something in school about it, they're going to come and take the children from you and put them in one of their little communes, their indoctrination centers. That's the law they're running by now. If you don't think these people in government are just sick, you know, you hear they want to save the world with this Green New Deal. Oh, we're going to save the world. And they'll look at the Democrat-run cities. They're nothing but a big pile of crap holes. So, you know, I just don't get these guys. They want to rule over you. And it was like on that Back to the Future. They had when the timeline went one way, they went back to town, looked really good. But when Biff took over, it turned into a shithole full of drugs and violence and crap. And that's basically what's happening now. Some people say, oh, this country is this or that country's this way or that way. But you go to my own country and it looks like a big cesspool. And we're getting, looks like the wrath of the good Lord. And it's not because he's doing anything. He's just taking his smile off the country. I said this years ago, when they were doing all this abortions. And I said, man, how long is the good Lord going to smile in this country doing that? And one of the punishments is giving you poor leaders. And that's what we got. And I don't care what anyone says. I watched that last selection. And it doesn't matter who you root for, whether you like Trump or not, or whether you like Biden or not. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is I saw Trump filling stadiums everywhere he went. 80, 100,000 people. They filled up an 80,000 stadium, and they had the whole parking lot was full of tailgaters. Okay? And then they'd show Biden, and most of the people that were coming to his little shindigs he had was news people. Nobody was showing. Nobody was showing up for that loser. And what they're doing, they're putting a lot of this news up with the Trump case, and they're showing balloons, and they're doing whatever they can. They're sending in the clowns. And guess what? They're saying, oh, well, what about Biden, the crime family, and all this, blah, blah, blah. Hey, where's the Epstein tapes? What about Anthony Weiner's stuff? All this stuff. What about the Clintons way back? All this stuff is just, hey, the news cycle changed. Sorry, we're not talking about it no more. And I did see a site here again. It's a site I've had on my channels for a long time, and I haven't seen them pop up in a while, so I went over there and clicked, because I cleared some channels out. YouTube, for some reason, subscribed me to a bunch of crap channels. They automatically subscribe you if you look at something. And it was video game channels. I got plastered with about 50 of them, so a lot of stuff isn't coming in my feed. So I went in there and removed them. And by the way, I got some more people saying, hey, I got removed. I was unsubscribed from your channel. So watch that, guys. Check the subscriptions out. See if you're still subscribed. So, I was watching this, and then this guy, he basically just gets newscasts from all over the country, little news stations, big news stations, and they're just saying the same exact thing. They tell them what to say, the government tells them what to say, or the elite, and that's what they say. They keep saying, oh, well, this will be damaging to our democracy. And then they show all the news people around the country saying the exact same thing. And somebody needs to jump up and say, hey, guys, this isn't a democracy. It's a republic. And folks need to wake up to that. And the way they're smashing the Constitution, they've been doing it for years and years, most of my lifetime, little chips away. And, even with the Second Amendment, they just keep chipping away. 20,000 laws on the books last time I heard. And they're going to just keep chipping. They're not in any hurry. It's like China. Hey, they'll wait 1,000 years to take over the world. They don't care. They're just going to keep at it. And that's what these people are doing to the Constitution. They're chipping away at it. And then I talk to some folks, and they'll say, oh, yeah, but I know some cops are really good guys. Yeah, but you ain't following them on the street when they're abusing people, right? I just watched one of those vloggers where he's going to arrest the guy and was chasing the guy. I'm a public private. I'm freedom of speech. I can do whatever. No, you're under arrest. You have to ID. And he's no. And the guy ran away. Well, then a senior cop showed up and told that cop, hey, what the heck are you doing? Put him right in his place. Personally, the guy should be on a desk job or have him be a meter maid. I'm serious. When these guys do this kind of stuff, I don't think there's retraining for them, because they get power hungry and they want that. They want to walk around with their gun, and they don't want you to have one because they're afraid you might shoot them back. I noticed that in California when Saturday nights, Friday nights, Thursday nights, you see these guys selling drugs not too far away, partying, making no cops around. But when all the regular people are out going to work, they're stopping them, giving them tickets for some stupid thing. a light out. That's not protecting and serving. They should stop you and say, hey, pal, your light's out. Can you get it fixed? Yeah, sure, thanks. And drive on. No, they're going to give you tickets, and then they're going to find a cracked windshield, and they're going to start checking all your stuff because they're scared of them gangbangers. They're scared to death of them. They don't want to get shot. They're a bunch of panty wastes, if you ask me. I know the ones in California where I lived, the sheriff's department there, they were damn panty wastes. They'd harass me walking in the morning. You know, where do you live? None of your business. I think I was the first auditor, though I didn't have a camera back then. But they're, you know, we need your name. Nah, I just keep walking. I would just keep walking and just try to get away from them. I don't want to talk to you. You know, you're allowed to not want to talk to somebody. When these cops start questioning you, or you hear them saying, "Oh, you know, you're interfering with my investigation. You got to answer questions." No, I don't. I don't have to help you with your investigation. Oh, you going to pay me? You know, if I'm out and I see somebody beat a cop in the face and then run away, and they grab me and say, "Hey, you know, you saw that. We didn't see it. We didn't see what happened, but we saw the camera that was you, and you were looking right at it. So you got to tell us who that was and give us this." No, I don't. I'm not responsible for their investigation. Personally, some of these guys should be poked in the nose. You know, I just don't get it. I'm surprised there haven't been people just getting out and ending a bunch of them, these tyrants. Now they got this new thing up in, I believe it's in Oklahoma, where one of the newsmen left a phone or something in there with the record on, and they're plotting a murder. They're plotting a dang murder, the police. You know, talking about where they can put the bodies and all this kind of stuff, and they'll SWAT people and say he had a gun. They'll throw down, oh yeah, he pulled a gun out, so we shot him. You know, they go into the house. They went into one here just recently. I don't remember what state it was in. They got the wrong address. They were even talking about it before they kicked the door in, saying, you know, you sure this is the right address? Because there was no disturbance going on that they could tell, but instead of going across the street and finding a disturbance where they could get hurt, they kicked in the guy's door. He had a gun in his hand, so they murdered him. That's what I call it. I don't care what you say. And now, qualified immunity, the family can do nothing. They've lost the bread earner of the family, the home. The kids lost their father. Wife lost a husband. How are they going to make it? Are the cops going to pay? No. But the cool one that just happened recently was they always go after qualified immunity, and if we break your stuff or kill you, you can't touch us. Well, one of the ladies, SWAT came in, and she sued him on eminent domain and won in the first court. And all the other municipalities are saying, don't take this to Supreme Court, just pay it. And if it goes to Supreme Court, then they'll make it law of the land, where they're, you know, get rid of this qualified immunity on these cops. You know, it's just terrible. Don't mind me, I'm going on about this because I was cleaning out my YouTube and checking some of those out last night before I went for my walk. And I don't watch them all. Sometimes I put them at 2 speed. You know, some of them are kind of slow. You know, it's tough to watch an 18-minute vlog, so I condense it down to 9, and I'll even scroll forward on them to get the gist of it. You know, so. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Hope everybody's doing well. Don't forget to pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.